see what other loopers are doing, you know? And you haven't seen, I mean, you saw more looping from Key 11, and I was like blown away by the way they were looping. They were so good. But a few months back, I was looking online to see what other loopers were doing, and I kept seeing this thing called Boss Loop Contest 2011. I'm like, what is that? So I was like, I clicked on some, then I started doing some research, and I found that Boss, the maker of my loop pedal, was putting on a competition. And they had done it in 2010, and they're doing it again in 2011. And if you won, you get $3,000 in Boss gear, and you get to go fly over to Frankfurt, Germany to compete in the world competitions. And I'm like, I'm a pretty good looper. So got a bunch of friends together, went over to Finley's Irish Pub, and I recorded 3 videos using my looper and submitted them to the contest. And then they said, if you don't hear from us by this certain date, then you didn't make it to the top 6 finalists, because those are the ones that are going to get flown out. And so the date came and went, and I was like, well, I guess I just wasn't good enough, you know? And about 6 days after the date, I got an email at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, because I had just come home from a gig, and my beautiful wife, Tanya, and I saw the email, and it says, congratulations, you've won the top 6 finalists of the Boss Loop Station contest. Excited, man. So then little by little more emails started coming, so I'm like, okay, here's your flight. So they're like, we're gonna fly you out to Hollywood, California. We're gonna give you 2 nights and 3 days in this really, really nice hotel, and you're gonna compete on Saturday. And I was like, man, this is awesome. So so Tony and I were saving up some money. We bought her a plane ticket, and we flew out to California last week for the competitions, and it was so exciting, you know. And I'm trying to bring all this stuff, you know. They're like, what's in the carry-on bag? I'm like, it's bagpipes. They're like, yeah, sure, open it slowly. It's just bagpipes. They're like, what's in them? I'm like, breath of spit. So yeah, made it through. Okay, no problem. We get there and we check in, and Tony and I immediately go to Venice Beach to go see the freak show. Right? It was awesome. Found some really cool toys and some fun stuff, and went back and checked in the hotel. Then Saturday morning, I had to be there at 9:30 in the morning. I'm a musician, man. You know, you may as well say like 4 in the morning. You know, because that's when I go to bed. But anyways, got up. Well, there was a time change, so that helped a lot. Got up and went there. Checked in at 9:30, and there's all the other people are coming in, and we're all giving each other the eye. You know, we're like, I know what you're here for. I'm gonna beat you. No, really, the camaraderie in that room developed really, really quickly. It was all of a sudden like all these people, these 6 people that were in competition with each other to win, all of a sudden just became really good friends. And I found that it was like we were just encouraging each other and learning off each other. Like, well, what do you do? What do you do? Well, I do this, I do that. And it was super cool to be in a room with all these other loopers. And then we had from 9:30 in the morning till 6 o'clock at night. I mean, we had to just kind of hang out and stay and do all this stuff and check-ins and interviews and photos. It was really kind of cool. But then once the competition actually started, we had to sit in the back waiting room, so we weren't allowed to listen to the other guys perform. So we're sitting there in the back just going, I mean, we are a nervous wreck. Some people are talking a mile a minute, other people are just kind of sitting there real quiet, you know, and it was just insane. But every time somebody left, we're like, good luck, man. And then they came back and we're like, how'd you do? And they're like, oh, I nailed it. And they're like, oh, I blew it. And we're like, oh, man. And it was so cool to just see the camaraderie between all these great people, these really, really talented musicians. And then when my turn came up, I was a wreck. My stomach hurt, and I didn't know what to do with myself. So I get up, and as I'm walking towards stage, they're leading me around back, and I get up there, and they're finishing up the judging for the last person. And the second I hit the stage, all my troubles just drained away, and I got in the zone, and I was like, I am so here to rock, you know. And they asked me some questions, and I answered, and I got up there, and I hit that first loop, and I nailed it, and I nailed my entire set, and the judges were like just jaw-dropping, you know. They're like, we've never seen anything like you before. Nobody was doing Irish music, you know. Like, nobody was playing bagpipes, and nobody was playing a double-deck mandolin. Go figure. So the judges had nothing but great things to say, and I had an awesome time. I came in third, which means I won $1,000 in boss gear. Got a chance to go out there to Hollywood. If you go to guitartv.com, you can actually you can see the competitions. They were all recorded and they're there on guitartv.com. So James, are you ready to jam?
I was ready since the 4 o'clock in the morning reference. I just wanted to know what you were going to sing it.
A loop. Well, it's when you play something and it records it and then it plays.